Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. Today I'm going to do another Kripp casts his own game type of thing. I'll do it a little bit differently, but I'm going to do it of a pretty typical game. When you play Arena, often when you play Rogue, you get a bunch of shitty-ass creatures, and it's pretty difficult to make stuff happen against mages who have very specific cards, like Flame Strike, because Flame Strike pretty much kills every creature except the very few that happen to eat polymorphs and fireballs. So it's a very typical game, and it's a game that I feel that I know very well, having played so many arenas, so I can guide you guys through it, and I could show you guys where some things maybe went not so according to plan. So let's get into it.
Mage.
So I believe right now I'm at 5 wins. Might be at about 4. The deck that I'm playing now, I think, has 4 eviscerates, at least 1 sprint, and a bunch of eviscerates.
Okay, I'm losing.
A bunch of assassinates, that is. So this hand is really, really bad because the 2/3 Amani very frequently, when you're playing against like a 5-win mage, is going to be up against the first creature like a water elemental. In this case, I got a bit lucky. I got the zombie chow, but not so lucky with the assassinate. Most likely in this case, keep in mind, guys, this match happened a little bit ago. I don't exactly remember what happened, but usually in this case,
Shattered Sun.
You're gonna get pinged. But it so happened that he drew a Shattered Sun, and I wasn't too happy about that. 2/3 versus 2/3 is an unfortunate situation for whoever gets crushed by the opposing Shattered Sun.
The idea here is I do that so I can do a Raptor Eviscerate whatever he plays this turn, and the Raptor trades with Shattered Sun.
Pretty good overview of the turn there.
You're gonna duplicate that?
Duplicate is unlikely here, but it is the most likely secret nowadays in Arena. It used to be Mirror Entity, but because you attack first, you check for duplicate. The second most likely one is Mirror Entity. So the play pretty much continues the same. It would have been about the same if it had been like a counter spell. Duplicating when you have a 2/3 zombie chow against the rogue is a pretty terrible idea, but when it comes to Arena play, when it comes to mages, the level of play is, the range is complete. There's definitely some terrible players out there with great decks that would make exactly the duplicate zombie chow play. So you never know. Right now, I was hoping to assassinate just about anything that he was playing, and because he played a tiger, which is a pretty strong card in Arena, I can't really do that. I decide to trade the Worgen for the Harvest Golem. It's a pretty good idea because
has some pretty good cards, but I think
Blizzard is an automatic pick in Arena. Because it's a rare, you don't find it in every mage deck, and certainly you don't find it on every turn 6 in every mage deck.
Shit, I can't even play.
But it is pretty common, and you don't want to lose too many creatures in one Blizzard. So you had Arcane Explosion, not quite the Blizzard, but it does make the play correct. The Narrowbar Weblord is a very strange card in Arena. Usually it's not really worth much. In this case, I pretty much ignore it.
I'm okay doing this because the Narrowbar probably screws up some of his own cards. The worst veggie food I've tasted.
What's the worst?
It's usually like the veggie cheeses. Some
yeah.
of them are actually very tasty.
Those are terrible.
But a lot of them are absolutely.
So as you can see, he had to play the Ooze because he had nothing else in hand. Pirate Ooze is a terrible turn for him. Playing the Bomber is a reasonable play there if you get 1 ping on the 3/2, but the Bomber will probably die to the Narrowbar.
If he has an answer,
somewhat for free. It's just that the Narrowbar benefits me more than it does him. 1 damage a turn is something I can take even if it's against a mage, where him casting more creatures in 1 turn is going to be a bigger problem because as a rogue, I don't have Flame Strike. The Arcane Missiles was pretty good in his favor. Again, Mind Control tech. He's screwed from the Battle Cry, it ruins his turns. It loses a lot of value. Mind Control tech in general, very good card. Right now, though, I'm facing a situation where I'm very low on life. You have to remember that when you get to like 7 or 8 life against the mage, you're pretty much already dead. In this game, I haven't played a creature big enough for him to actually require to play a Fireball on them. So the chance he has a Fireball, because Fireball is pretty much the best card in Mage Arena, is very, very high. And right now, I'm basically working on like 4 life.
3 eviscerates that I'm probably going to sprint into if I need.
Yeah. So I'm talking about how I have 3 eviscerates left in my deck. I'm probably going to need one for whatever he's going to play this turn, and I'm probably going to have to sprint to get it. We have a Gadgets in play. No other spell though. This means that he's pretty desperate. He may have a Fireball and he's trying to do a little bit more damage to me, because if I had nothing else, I'd have to attack it for 4. I'd be at 7 life with another creature on board, so I'd pretty much be dead to Fireball at that point. This is a pretty cool deck, as I mentioned. I'd killed his ad, but all the other creatures in the deck are very small, very shitty. I decided to kill the Nerebar because at this stage in the game,
There's 1 card left.
1 damage is a pretty
If
big
it's
deal,
Pyro, then
every turn especially.
What can I do?
And I'm saying now if it's Pyroblast, I'm already dead.
I think it
yeah.
might be Pyro.
He's been holding on to 1 card. In Arena, you have to try to understand which cards are being held because it actually clues them into what they are. So I don't remember exactly at this stage, but in this case, he could have a Fireball. Obviously, he doesn't have a Pyroblast. He hasn't killed me yet. But he has one of these situational cards. It may be a Flame Strike. It may be a Polymorph. It may be something like a Cone of Cold, and he's not sure about using it. But it's not a creature. Any creature at this stage would have been played already. And, you know, it's certainly looking like a Fireball now. I mean, he's got 2 cards. I'm at 9 life. So, yeah, it's looking pretty sketchy. I do the Murloc KT play because the Rogue can't ping off the Murlocs and I can push for damage. I say how it's the most aggressive play. That's exactly right. I can't really play the Bomber because I can't afford it to hit me 3 times in the face.
Sprint to try to get my hue.
So the card he drew before this turn was the Polymorph, and it's why he didn't play last turn. He didn't feel the need to Polymorph a 3/2 creature.
He has a Fireball in hand.
At this stage I realize his other card in hand has to be a Fireball, and I have 1 heal in the deck. It's an Earthen Ring Farseer, and I can use Sprint and cast it. But I didn't end up getting it.
Draw the heal. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. I just killed myself. He has a Fireball.
The Bomber wasn't exactly
Fuck.
the card I wanted to play. I killed my own creatures, and I put myself in Fireball range, so as
had a
far as I was
chance too,
concerned,
like-
I was pretty much
I
dead.
think I had lethal. The turn after that.
The Murloc World Leader was, of course, what I wanted to play. And again, it's Arena. You get a few Murlocs when you draft. Typical stuff.
Flame Strike. Oh, maybe not.
First card in hand was Flame Strike, as it turns out. Because
Maybe not.
he
False alarm.
waited
False
so
alarm.
long to
Got a
actually
Fireball
play it,
detected.
it probably is the case that he doesn't have many more.
Well, if he doesn't have Fireball here, then I can just play whatever I want.
Yep. Fireball test complete. Play anything. Kill him really fast so he doesn't draw a Fireball.
Okay.
The most aggressive play is this one. You don't want to use Eviscerate ahead of time. You don't want to use Shiv ahead of time. You want to
Sea
keep
Giant.
him guessing on how much instant damage you actually have in hand.
Is this game?
It's kind of hard to see when you have a lot of these creatures, but this, I believe this is exact lethal. If I Shiv my Smith, make a weapon, attack
Yeah, I
for
can
3,
Shiv this
Eviscerate SI. And at this stage, my chat
Oh, that's definitely
was a
game
bit
now.
skeptical. They were like, oh my god, why did you Shiv your own creature? You suck, lethal missed. Oh, rip, unsubbed. But as it turns out, it's fairly irrelevant, even if they thought that, because when you draw your 3rd Eviscerate, opponent's life hits 0. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty standard Mage game, but fairly surprising. Cool with the misplays, a few mix-ups, a few emotional moments, and, well, I hope you guys enjoy it. So, great stuff. Hope you guys like these. I definitely like reviewing my own games because, you know, I get that extra perspective. When you're in the game, you're kind of, you know, inside the box a little bit. You don't really see all the considerations, even though you're making a lot of them as you're playing. It's kind of cool to have an objective view of how things went down. Pretty lucky on some of the Eviscerate draws. Very lucky he didn't have a Fireball. And in the end, well, you gotta win. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.